Hello. Today we are explaining the second reason why people find it difficult to fall asleep in their bedrooms, but they sleep quite easily everywhere else. It could be in their car, it could be while just relaxing somewhere, reading or watching TV or having dinner. In such circumstances, they find it quite easy to fall asleep. But as soon as they say, now I'm going to bed, and they get to their beds, sleep disappears. This is a very curious observation. So I've done an initial video giving you part explanation for why it happens and what to do about it. Today I'm going to be giving you the second part so that we can now piece the two together and see why this is happening and what you should do about it if that happens to you or happens to somebody that you know. Before I go in, I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. It's Brain Gist, a channel dedicated to informing people about the brain and its disorders, all they need to know. So thank you for watching again. Please consider subscribing, turn on your notifications so you don't miss the next set of videos, and I like to see your comments, share, like. Well, without further ado, so let's delve into the second aspect of why this curious observation happens. And the concept we're going to be discussing today are two interlinked concepts, and that's the concept of conditioning and the concept of stimulus control. What is conditioning? Conditioning is one of the ways in which our brains instinctively learns. And I have said it before that sleep is a process by the brain, for the brain, and of the brain. So it's a phenomenon of the brain, by the brain, and for the brain. So therefore it's a brain thing. So the brain learns either we are consciously aware of it or not. Now, for all of us, we do know that when we see lightning, we naturally, subconsciously expect thunderclap to follow it. So that is like subconscious learning. That is the same thing that happens to the brain. So for these individuals who've suffered insomnia for a while, their brains have learned to associate their bed and their bedroom with wakefulness, because a lot of times they lie in bed awake and turning and waiting and waiting, or sometimes they start worrying. The thoughts of the things to do the next day start to come to their mind. They start getting frustrated. I'm going to talk about some of these in future videos about what people do when they're awake and what they should not do or should do to help the sleep process. So the brain has now wrongly associated their bed with wakefulness and worrying and thinking. This is a subconscious process that happens in these individuals. And that's part of why once they get to bed, they just can't fall asleep. That's the reason. That's another reason. Now, what do we do with this information? When we realize this is the case for some of our patients, when we offer what we call CBT-I, that's the cognitive and behavioral therapy for insomnia, which is like the first line treatment, which is a powerful tool that helps restore sleep naturally. It is more powerful. It is as powerful as sleeping medications. And of course, because it's a natural thing which we do, it takes time, but certainly it restores people's sleep to the natural form, because sleep is a natural thing. So you shouldn't need tablets to sleep. So what do we do in the process of CBT-I to solve this problem of this conditioning process? So what we do is to teach the brain to reverse it. And how do we do that? So as soon as we realize this is the case, what we now do is we instruct these individuals that they should have no business with their beds, you know, unless for two reasons. One is so throughout the day they avoid their bed. They don't lie down on the bed. They don't rest in bed. They don't do anything else in bed. They only go to bed on two conditions. One is when they are sleepy tired. In other words, previously we talked about adhering to a regular bedtime and waking time, but this time around it's a little bit different. So these guys, even if their bedtime is 10 p.m. and they are sitting in the living room watching TV or doing whatever they're doing, and even though it's already bedtime, so long as they are not yet feeling sleepy and tired, then they have no business going to bed. So they continue doing whatever they're doing until they feel sleepy tired. And when they are sleepy tired, that's the only time they're allowed to go to bed. So that way the brain begins to learn again, to relearn that the bed is meant for sleeping. It starts to reassociate, to unlearn what it had learned before, to reassociate bed with sleeping. And now once they now lie in bed and they've been there for up to 20-25 minutes and they haven't fallen asleep, then we tell them to get out of bed, because if they stay longer, then they're going to be helping to further entrench that wrong association the brain has had with wakefulness in bed. So now they would have to get out of bed and do something else, relaxing, calming, until they feel sleepy, tired again, and then they go back to bed to try again to sleep. So this is one of the strategies we employ in the clinic, and that's what we call stimulus control, where you do not have any reason to be in bed until you are sleepy tired. Of course, the other reason, the second reason why people would be allowed to use their bedrooms would be for intimacy reasons. If they need to get intimate with their partners, of course, they can use the bed. Otherwise, for such individuals, instruction is strict. So no business with a bed at all until you are sleepy tired or you want to get intimate. Those are the only two reasons. Otherwise, you have no reason to be in bed for anything else. And once you're in bed for 20 minutes, 25 minutes or more, and you still can't fall asleep, then just stand up from the bed, step aside, do something else relaxing. And when you feel sleepy tired again and the sleep drive is there, you're really, really sleepy, then you can go to bed again and try. And then you might feel that this is difficult to do, but then it's only a matter of time before you start to see the results. All right, guys, I do hope you enjoyed today's video and you learned something. Do practicalize it and let me hear in the comment section. Of course, if you want to know more or want a guide, you know where to find me. I am a neurologist at King's College Hospital in Dubai, and I'll be very happy to see you and to help you out. Till then, or till my next video, all the best and bye.